Chicago Bears be getting a huge upgrade at wide receiver. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears and talk about a rumor that's been heating up for, it feels like, the last couple weeks now. It's really taken traction the last couple of days, and I'm here to break it down for you guys. I'm talking about none other than Jarvis Landry, who is now officially signed his franchise tag with the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins have basically now given his agent permission to sort of facilitate a trade. Okay, now for whatever reason, the Dolphins seem to be in an influx, if you will. I don't really know the direction and the plan here with Miami, because they traded away Jay Ajayi last year, and now they are basically looking to move Jarvis Landry. It's basically going to happen. There's a very strong chance that I think it happens. But again, this is not about the Miami Dolphins. This is about the Chicago Bears, because of course I'm a Bears fan, so I'm here to break it down for you guys about this potential of a trade with Jarvis Landry, whether or not it is worth it for the Bears to trade for one Jarvis Landry, and what should they be looking to pay him, and what is he really worth, and what could he potentially bring to the Bears. So breaking all of that down for you guys, so let's get started. So let's talk about these so-called rumors, if you will, in a little bit more detail. Now, some of these are rumors and some of these are actual reports. Like I've seen these from actually, reliable reporters. So some of these have some truth to them for sure, but some, of course, like I said, at this point are rumors. Like, for instance, it was reported that the Bears and Dolphins were looking to trade Jarvis Landry for Jordan Howard, and that was completely denied. Ian Rappaport, who is a very reliable reporter, did deny that report, that the Bears are not looking to move Jordan Howard, and that is the right move for sure. I like Jarvis Landry. I don't like him enough to trade Jordan Howard for him, okay? So that's number one. So what does this mean now? That was basically, to me, I think, a rumor. I don't think the Bears were ever considering that. What is not a rumor, and what I feel like is an actual report and has factual, is the fact that the Bears are one of the teams, one of the most serious teams, inquiring about Jarvis Landry, okay? The Bears, along with the Baltimore Ravens, were the two teams mentioned. Now, I was reading that there were up to 5 teams, but like I said, I think the Bears are potentially the most serious team, along with the Ravens. So let's talk about the Bears, and let's talk about the fact that why would they be interested? Well, for one, they need a damn receiver, okay? I would argue the Bears have the worst wide receiving core in the entire NFL. Okay, go look and find me a worse wide receiving core than the Chicago Bears. And I'm talking about after they lost Cameron Meredith to that torn ACL, and after they lost Kevin White, who basically gets hurt every single season. But you get my point. Folks, I'm talking about they were trotting guys out there like Kendall Wright, Marcus Wheaton, Josh Bellamy, Deontay Thompson. I mean, he basically didn't even stick around. The Bears cut him. He went on to finish the season with the Bills. You had to trade for Dontrell Inman, who was like the Chargers' 4th best receiver, and at one point it felt like he was the best receiver on the Bears. It was bad, folks, okay? So they definitely need a receiver. They are, to me, like I mentioned, the worst receiving corps in the NFL, and they need a receiver the most, I feel like, out of any teams, okay? Even the Browns had a better receiving corps than the Bears, okay? And you know what? Just real quick on that, the fact that Mitch Trubisky was still able to have, if you will, a decent to a moderately successful rookie season, to where you could see signs of him being a potential franchise quarterback with that talent, with that garbage of a talent, that showed me that, Mitch might really be the real deal, okay? And I am sold on Mitch Trubisky, but again, that's another topic for another day. Let's talk about the receiving core again, and let's talk about Jarvis Landry now. So, of course, Jarvis Landry would be an immediate upgrade here, okay? And I would be all for this. Now, of course, here with this trade, it's all about price point, and it is all about what you have to give up. Now, if it is just draft picks, I mean, we traded away Brandon Marshall for a 3rd-round pick, so I'm not quite sure what the Dolphins would be looking for Jarvis Landry, but to me, I don't think the picks will matter as much as the money. The franchise tag is for about $16 million. Now, here's the thing with the receivers, and here's the thing with the new NFL money, okay? Every contract that comes out, and you guys see it, Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford, just with quarterbacks themselves, everybody that signs, it feels like they are now the highest paid, okay? And I mentioned this in those videos when I talked about my reactions to those contracts being signed. And the same thing goes for receiver. DeAndre Hopkins signs the largest contract in NFL history for a wide receiver. And that is just the nature of the game at this point. It's not about the best being paid the most, okay? Odell Beckham Jr. is looking for a new contract around $20 million a year. So for Jarvis Landry, that franchise tag price being $16 million, to me, I think Jarvis Landry, as long as the number doesn't get too crazy, is worth it for a couple of reasons, okay? One, he's only 25 years old. It feels like Jarvis Landry is a lot older than that, folks, but look it up. He's 25. He's been in the league for 4 seasons now, so yes, think that. But he is still very young, to the point where you can add him to the core instead of be like, oh, he's just a piece, but he's not part of the core. Mitch Trubisky's 23, folks, just to keep it relative and let you guys know what the deal is, okay? That's point number one. Point number two, Jarvis Landry, no matter what you want to say, oh, he's a possession receiver, he's a slot guy, he doesn't take the top off of defense, he's productive, folks. And that is basically the bottom line here. He did set the NFL record for most catches in the first 4 seasons with, I believe, 400. He is a 1,000-yard receiver every single season, minus last year where he was basically 13 yards short. Essentially, he's a 1,000-yard receiver every single season, 3-time Pro Bowler. He was the best player on the Dolphins in the 4 seasons he's been there. That is facts, okay? All of that, Jarvis Landry is productive. Beggars can't be choosers, and at this point, I'm telling you, folks, the Bears need any help that they can get, and Jarvis Landry would be a huge upgrade. And finally, number 3, here's the thing. You don't trade for Jarvis Landry, that's fine. You're thinking the price tag is too high. Maybe we have to give up too much to get him. Then you look in free agency. Folks, free agency is pretty barren. I mean, you got Allen Robinson. Yeah, he's nice, but he's coming off an ACL injury. I don't know about Allen Robinson. I would take Jarvis Landry over Allen Robinson. You got Sammy Watkins, very inconsistent. Not a big Sammy Watkins guy. Taylor Gabriel, does he really move things for you? Are you really going to invest in him long-term? Paul Richardson. So there's a lot of guys out there that I would rather give a long-term deal with to Jarvis Landry than those guys. And really, to me, like I said, at this point, beggars cannot be choosers. You have a guy in Mitch Trubisky who is a potential franchise quarterback. Why are you not going to do everything in your power to surround him with as much talent as you can, okay? And at running back, we're good. On the defensive side, we're good. At quarterback with Mitch, we're good. We need receivers, okay? And Jarvis Landry, guys like him don't come on the market too often. Now, you could say, Fives, what if we're overpaying for him? So be it. Bears have a ton of cap space. We have to spend some of that money. But here's the thing. You might be thinking, okay, we have money. We can't be dumb. Here's my thing. Overpaying happens, okay? If the Bears don't get Jarvis Landry because they feel like they don't want to overpay, they might have to overpay in free agency. Folks, you can only get what the market sets your value at, okay? You're only going to get what someone's willing to pay you. So, like I mentioned, if the Bears feel like Jarvis Landry's price tag is way too high right now, let's see what the hell they have to pay for in free agency, okay? So, I would be very curious about that. So like I said, I think the Bears should go all in and look to trade for Jarvis Landry. Like I said, I'm not sure really what the price tag here is. $16 million is what he's making on that franchise tag. But you look at all the top receivers. I mean, Antonio Brown's making $17 million a year. I think DeAndre Hopkins' contract was about $16 million. So Jarvis Landry, does he belong in that league? No. But like I said, for the Bears, is he as important as those guys would be? Yeah, he would. He would immediately slot in as the #1 receiver. And now you have guys like Kevin White and Cameron Meredith who don't have the pressure and are not built to be #1 receivers. They can go back and be #2, #3 receivers like they should be, okay? So to me, I think the Bears need to go all in for Jarvis Landry. I would love for them to make this move, get Mitch some more talent. The question here is the price and really what you have to give up. But I'm willing to give up a lot more than potentially what could be asked for, just because of the fact that, like I said, beggars can't be choosers. You cannot, Bears, trot out that unit next season, okay? And if you end up in free agency with guys like Paul Richardson and Taylor Gabriel, I don't know if you're going to be happy about that as well, okay? So to me, like I said, I think Jarvis Landry is worth it. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Bears trade for Jarvis Landry? Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.